Hi there, Jason and Caleb. I hope you're having a nice time with your family today. This is your video lesson for today as well. There are three things I want to talk about. I'll go down the list, and if you have any questions at the end, feel free to shoot me a message back, or you can send me a video if you want me to take a look at something, and I'll give you my 2 cents and let you know what I think. If everything's looking good, just be like, hey, everything's awesome, and we're just gonna keep on going down the path. So, great. With that being said, let's get to it. So. First thing are moon fingers. I think we worked on those the last few lessons, trying to get him to really kind of like make those fingers walk. I think last time we did kind of late in the lesson, so I think he was kind of like losing steam a little bit. But I really want you to work on that this week. Moon fingers. So the reason why I call it moon fingers is because in outer space, you move a lot more slowly. So see if you can get Caleb to, rather than kind of like run the finger, like try to wiggle his fingers like fast like this. I think that's kind of what was happening last time. It's good. I mean, everyone's gotta start somewhere, so that's just where we're gonna pick up. So I think last time he was kind of doing like this kind of thing. He was like waving his fingers around. But see if you can get him to go really slow. Actually, you might even want to make it a game to see who can make their moon fingers go really slow, and then like maybe mom or like uncle or somebody can be the judge to see who did the slowest moon fingers. And the idea is that we're just getting him used to getting just his pointer man and middle man. So only pointer man and middle man. Don't worry about these yet. That comes later. We got a whole book dedicated to the ring fingers, so don't sweat that right now. So what you want him to do, and don't worry about the thumb, just have the thumb just kind of hanging out, and see if you can get him to walk the fingers real slowly. Right, like this. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take the back of the guitar and be like, this is the moon, and see if you can get from one side of the moon to the other real slow. Right? And I can't remember if his has like a line down the middle, but you can even maybe like, I'll talk about that in a minute. That's part of today too, is see if you can have him go really slow. These moonwalks. And I think I was playing with him before by going really high, but maybe take that out of the equation for right now if he's just wiggling his fingers. Take one giant step, and then another giant step, and then another giant step, and see if you can make your way around or to the other side of the guitar, right? And then maybe someone can judge, well, who did the best moon fingers. If he goes real fast and wiggles them like across like that, or does something silly like that, obviously you'd have fun, right? That's the idea, is you want him to have a good time while he's doing it. But then go, okay, like I win that round, I get to move my game piece. Now see if we can do it again, and give him a couple chances to kind of like get with the program. So like don't like oh, I won and that's the end of the game the first time through. See if you can like maybe have like 5 spaces that he moves, and then when he gets to the end of the 5, maybe take like a game break, or go do something else and then come back to the guitar later that day or something. I can't remember. I think you said you practice in the morning, I think is what you said. I think I remember right, but anyway, so do a few rounds, roll the dice, see how many times you're going to try to make it across the moon over here. So walk through those fingers, take real big slow steps all the way across, just like that. Cool. That's the first thing I want you to do. Second thing is trying to get the finger, because I spent the first 3 or 4 months at grad school really repairing a lot of things in my right hand that were not the right way of doing things according to my teacher. So he was right. One being that when I would play, I would do this with my right hand. I would pick the string kind of like this. Right, it was okay in undergrad, like I made it through, but when he came in to refine the technique to the best of his ability, he made it clear that when you do a stroke with the index finger, or any finger for that matter, in the right hand, that you want the index finger to move straight back towards the palm. So you see here like the big knuckle moves, right? And then the tip joint follows through. So it's not like this right here. And we don't want him to start off like doing something like that. If it's not gonna be perfect the first time, but what you want him to start maybe thinking about, or you starting to think about, is having that finger come straight back towards the palm. So he has really good technique right off the bat. That way, the way I did, and rebuild the engine. It's not pleasant. I'll tell you that story another day. All right. So anyway, so you got your index finger right here, and we're gonna move straight back towards the palm like that. That's the way we want to go. A good way for him to like maybe have a discussion with him, then he goes straight back to the palm. Do you see the elephant? See the elephant there? If you look right here, I'm not sure if he plays along with this. My son's like super like, that's a vacuum cleaner kind of an attitude, and he's like, I'm trying to see if we go with the elephant analogy, but what I like to do, if he wants to play along, is you can do this. Okay, you have your right hand, right, and you take your pen, right, and you draw a little dot right here, right by your big knuckle, right, and all of a sudden, you got a tusk, and you got the elephant's trunk right here, right? I remember David showed me this one. I was like, whoa, that's kind of a neat way to put it. And maybe you can have him feed the elephant, right? The elephant's super hungry. Let's feed the elephant. We have the elephant, feed him once. You'll roll the dice, obviously, or have him pick, we'll pick how many times to do it. You roll the dice like I usually do. And you go, okay, feed the elephant, back again. Feed the elephant, back again. Oh, you don't want the elephant's trunk out this way. He's not making a tooting sound or whatever. You want the elephant's trunk to be right here. He's just hanging out in the jungle or in the savannah, and feed the elephant right straight on back. Do like a couple feed the elephant and like have him go, oh, I see the trunk right here. Do you see the trunk on Daddy's hand or whatever? And he's like, yeah, I see the trunk. And then ask him if you want to draw a dot on your finger to make it look like an elephant. If he does, great. If not, that's okay too. And straight back and feed the elephant. Another thing you can do, in making sure that he goes straight back, sorry, I got a bit cold today, is I've drawn here on your paper. You'll see, I'll send all this over to you. You'll get an email. Flip it around here. Let me flip around. Anyway, so if I show you this right here, look at the angles here. There we go. What I've drawn is where you'll place his right hand thumb, like right there. You'll put a little dot. What you do is get a piece of paper and draw a little dot right about there, and then like a road directly below it at diagonal. What you'll have him do is you'll have him put his thumb on the dot. You don't need to draw like the thumb like I did. Excuse me. Here we go, it's better. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do this here, right? So you have him put his thumb there. I drew it smaller because obviously his hand's a little bit smaller than mine and yours. So you can draw it kind of the scale for him. So you put that thumb right there, your rest right there, and see if you can have him put his index finger right here at the beginning of the road. Go, okay, where are we going today? We're going to Grandma's house or something, I don't know. We're gonna go to Grandma's house. Okay, here we go. Let's grab the finger, go straight back down the road. Oh, let's go back home now. Well, let's go straight back down the road to Grandma's house. All right, we're there now. All right, bring the finger right back again. Back home. Let's go for another trip and see if you get him to follow that with the tip of his finger, right? Not pushing in too hard or not being curled like this. So you can keep a straight finger back and forth like that. So straight back, straight out, straight back, and straight out. What we'll eventually do is when we have the guitar on the ground, once you kind of practice away from the guitar, I'll take a piece of paper like this and put it underneath the strings and then have him like do his parachute onto the colored string and then see if he can trace his finger back and forth doing that straight back motion. And then we'll do it with we'll rinse and repeat doing it with other fingers, ring finger if we get to that point in the near future. But like I said, just start with the index finger. Don't try to be a hero and do everything all at once. One piece at a time. He's got like another 110 years of guitar playing ahead of him. If I can be so lucky. So practice that, swinging that stringer straight back. So 2 tools with that this week. One being the feed the elephant, if that analogy works for him. And then also to go on a road trip somewhere on the piece of paper. So throw that thumb up there. We're going on a road trip. Where do you want to go? Oh, let's go to Grandma's house. Okay, let's go back home. We're going to go to Grandma's house. All right, we're going to stay for Thanksgiving or whatever, and then let's go back out again. So go ahead and do that this week. And then, oh, yes, let me write this in here. So the Suzuki rhythms. We need to be starting this ASAP. I haven't mentioned before, it's kind of slipped my mind, but we're going to add him in now. If you have him, obviously he should be listening to that Suzuki first CD, or whatever you found online, the equivalent of. What I want you to do is we'll start clapping these rhythms. Now, if I told Caleb, hey man, it's 4 16th notes followed by 2 8th notes, it's 1 E and a 2 and right over top, and then I lost them. What I like to do is use words, and if you're working with Caleb on syllables, you might try to do something simple first, like going Caleb. So Caleb, me, Douglas, right? See if you can get him to clap the syllables of his name. Or ice cream. Maybe start with 2 words. Like ice cream. What's your favorite kind of ice cream? Chocolate ice cream. Chocolate ice cream. Get him to recognize that on the strong syllable, chocolate ice cream. Ice cream is easier because it's 2 words. Ice cream. Get him to do that first. Then go, okay, Caleb. Can you clap Caleb and make it really enunciated? I remember when I was teaching in China, I was teaching how to write in the Delta Blues style of 1920s Robert Johnson to a bunch of Chinese people, and what they struggled with was like syllable counts. And so I was going, okay, there's 16 beats in this particular section of the blues, and you get 11 syllables to play with because we need room at the end for the bluesy fill part. And they struggled with like, my name, how many syllables is it? Because they didn't think of it that way. Like they think of it in characters, but like when they look at romanization of things, that did not like occur to them. Like how many syllables is this? So anyway, so back to what we're really talking about is in Twinkle, there's the rhythms and so first off start with ice cream or something like that, and then move on to like a 2-syllable word like chocolate, Caleb, and then move on to one of the first rhythms like I think the first one's going to be Mississippi, right? Be really enunciated with it. Mississippi. Mississippi, and then slowly kind of speed it up a little bit as you go. I'm gonna write that down. Mississippi, Mississippi. I hope I got that right. So start with Mississippi, or go stop, 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 stop. You like my son. He loves the word no, no, no. Anyway, I hear the bells out there, so it is time for me to wrap this up. Like I said, if you have any questions at the end of this, as of right now, feel free to shoot me a message. If everything is working out very well, then like, hey Doug, everything is going hunky-dory and we're super pleased. So cool. Have a great rest of your time with your family, and I look forward to seeing you both in here same time next time. Take care, guys.